In this video, we'll learn how to make this music player interface. So this is part one. We'll learn the first screen here, and then in part two next week, we'll learn how to make the second screen. So the first thing we want to do is create our layout grid. You can select grid, go from grid to column, count 4, margin 16, and gutter 20. Usually this defaults to 10%, but since we're working with darker colors today, we're going to go with 20% so we can see it better. Next, we want to work on our fill. So we'll select fill, go from solid to linear, and select our two colors. I'm going to make them diagonal. Now we're going to make our 3 dots. Just hit O and click on your screen. So these will be 6 by 6. And we'll make these white. And hold down Option and drag to make 3 with the spacing of 8 in between. Then we'll group this together. So it's Command G and name it. And we'll drag this off to the side for now. Okay, and now we'll add our image in. We'll center it and put 36 pixels in between the dots and the image. Next, we'll create our text. So you can hit T, click on your frame, and let's name the song Let's Dance. And it will be the Nunito font, semi-bold, and 24. We'll put this in the center, and we'll make this 24 spacing. Then we'll duplicate it, and put the artist name, Jacob Roy. We'll make it medium, and change it to 16. Next, we'll make our music bar. So hit R, click on the screen, and we'll make this 284 by 8. Round the corners to 8. Make the fill white. And give it a little bit of transparency. So we'll make it 20 here. We'll duplicate it, make it shorter. Make the fill 100%, put it right on top, hit O, put a circle in, make that circle 12 by 12, make it white, and put it in this intersection here. Next, I would just select this whole thing and Command G to group it. Now we can go ahead and put in some of our icons. So let's take this heart. We'll take the shuffle, put it on the left side here, and center it. And then we'll take the loop, do the same thing on the right side. And then we'll take this back button, play button, and the next button, and put that on. That looks good, and now we're done with the screen. So if you click on the frame and then this I button here, you can hide the columns that you made. So this is what it'll look like. In part 2, we'll make the second frame here, and we'll use auto layout to make this row, so it'll just be easier to edit it and add and remove stuff if you ever need to in the future. So stay tuned for that next week. In the video description below, I will link a Figma file with the phone template and then the icons and the colors that were used, so you can practice and try to replicate this design. If you have any questions or concerns with the Figma file or the design, then you can leave it in the comments below. And other than that, we'll see you next week for part 2.